Thank you, everyone, for taking a moment to join me in this presentation of Who Wants to Be a Group Commissioner. By the end of the presentation, I hope to provide you with a better overview of what it means to be a group commissioner, a better understanding of the role, and perhaps put a few of the myths to bed surrounding the role. If you have any questions after viewing this presentation, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself or your counsel, Keith 3. That being said, let's get into our presentation. Just a few points of housekeeping before we get into our slide deck. As I mentioned, we are recording this call. You may be viewing this as a recorded version. I want everybody to recognize that this is a judgment-free place to get information on what the GC role is all about. No stupid questions, as they say. If you are joining us live, please mute your mic until you have a question or comment. If you do have a question, you're welcome to write it in the chat or just comment that you have a question, and I'll try and stop and give you an opportunity to ask that when I can. I will, throughout the presentation, try and pause frequently to check in with you to see if you have any questions or comments. And at the end of the session, we will be sending you out a frequently asked question or Mythbuster document that may assist in answering any other questions that you may have. And as I mentioned just a moment ago, you are always welcome to reach out to me by email with questions about this topic or presentation. So in our conversation today, what I'm hoping to achieve is to help you better understand what exactly it is that a group commissioner does, highlight the 5 priorities at the group level, let you know who's there to support you as a GC, what it means to build your group committee team and why that's important, give you a bit of insight into group management, let you know what your role is in the safety of the group. We'll touch on the Canadian Path and the GC's role in that, and finally answer the big question, which is always time commitment. So what does a group commissioner do? Well, the group commissioner leads the group to positively impact our scouting vision and mission. The GC will provide a team-oriented environment where volunteers and youth work together and have a safe place to learn, excel, fail, develop, grow, and have fun as individuals and as a group. The GC will build a group committee that will lend the necessary support to the scouters, youth, and themselves as a group manager. They will role model and lead positive culture and encourage safety first, risk management, sustainable growth, program quality, and overall group health. The GC is committed to Scouts Canada program, that being the Canadian Path, and ensures that the 4 key elements, adventure, plan to review, spices, and youth-led are all incorporated. They ensure that all volunteers and youth participants feel supported, recognized, and rewarded for their contributions to the group. The GC is the liaison between their scouters and the council, ensuring that important information is passed accurately through all stakeholders. When properly managed, it creates a cyclical balance to the group and eases the workload for everyone involved, leaving a stronger, healthier group for everyone to enjoy. The group commissioner will measure the health of their group as it relates to the 5 priorities of Scouts Canada. By evaluating the function of the group against these priorities and initiating actions to improve how the group performs in each category, the GC has the ability to achieve a solid foundation to a healthy group. This is easily done by using the Group Health Navigator tool. So what are the 5 priorities and what do they mean to the GC? Membership growth is a focus for all groups, and groups should be committed to ensuring that every child has an opportunity to participate in scouting. To achieve this goal, sections and groups engage in events that increase their exposure in the community and encourage youth to bring their friends to join in the fun. Safety leadership. While this is more than ensuring compliance, safety is about setting and maintaining a safe environment and behaviors that role model for our youth. The role of the GC in safety leadership is to ensure the health and safety is integrated in everything we do. Program quality exists to actively engage and support young people in their personal development, empowering them to make a positive contribution to society. The GC and Section Scouters ensure that our Canadian Path program is implemented and includes all 4 elements, as mentioned: youth-led, plan, do, review, adventure, and spices, the Scout method, and a balanced program that explores all 6 program areas. There are many things that a group committees can do to support sections, but in general, they should try and remove any barriers that sections face in facilitating a great program. Volunteer support. Section Scouter and group committee volunteer engagement is largely driven by the support provided by the GC. The 3 main drivers of volunteer engagement are onboarding, local support, and constructive feedback. The GC is an advocate for the youth, for youth input and involvement in sections and at the group level. They also ensure that all volunteers receive the support necessary to perform their roles. As a GC, you need to develop positive working relationships with the youth, scouters, parents, and community partners, and promote succession planning. Group capacity refers to the long-term sustainable membership growth and having a healthy group. Every group needs to ensure that it has enough dedicated volunteers to provide scouting programs to the youth within its community. The group committee can play an important part in the volunteer recruitment process. Section Scouters often struggle to have meaningful conversations with parents about volunteering because they're so busy with youth and their meeting. Having a group committee member present to engage with the parents during drop-off and pickup allows the group to develop its parents' prospect pool. Having group committee involved in the recruitment process also helps ensure the integration of volunteer screening and onboarding process, ensuring a great experience for new applicants. The GC should actively recruit group committee scouters to assist the group commissioner with supporting the needs of the group. They should promote and actively support the recruitment, appointment, and ongoing training of new scouters and parent helpers. Provide feedback to the section scouters and group committee members quarterly, identifying opportunities for personal development and growth, and support program scouters in their role in growth as they deliver an attractive program and host Bring a Friend events. Sounds like a lot, but you're not by yourself. Each GC has a designated group support scouter. That person is there just for you to reach out with all your questions. They are there also to help you build a plan for your group to succeed and grow, and will help you work that plan. Your council key 3, council commissioner, council youth commissioner, and council relationship manager, are available to help you finding information and keeping you connected and informed on all local goings on. Group commission orientation, we are hoping will come back in the very near future. And that course is available on a variety of dates and will help you learn all about your role, build a network and initiating a plan. During the course, they cover a multitude of topics in an interactive and informative and action-packed 3.5 days. Let's not forget your peers. Group commissioners within your council and around the country are all wonderful resources and allies. When you have a challenge, success, question, or you're just looking for ideas, other GCs are a tremendous resource. And finally, your group committee. As a GC, it is not your job to know everything single-handed. You have the opportunity to recruit and build a customized team to support you and the group. Just a little more on the group committee. As a group commissioner, you're going to want to build a support team of group committee members who will assist in the functions of the group, leaving the section scouters free to run a rich program for our youth. Don't get stuck in the mindset of traditional group committee roles. Although many of those jobs hold amazing value, you are free to build the group committee as you need it. You are empowered to customize. Many groups have a mix of the following roles, which are held appropriately by parent volunteers and registered scouters. group administrator, quartermaster, special events team, fundraising team, onboarding and orientation officer, for new youth and volunteers, treasurer, community engagement, sponsor, liaison, communications and social media. Program support, guest speakers, camp bookings, field trip, badge orders, etc. Group recognition, and on and on and on. So where do you find these group committee members? Well, we are building a resource page with group support portal that will speak to the recruitment of parents and community members. It will give you details on how to start and where to look. This will be up in the next couple of weeks. This, by the way, is also a topic that gets covered in the group commissioner orientation. Group commissioners are key to the success and health of our groups, and by extension, the organization. You are empowered to make any decisions in the best interest of your group as the manager of your scouters and youth. You can decide if a volunteer is a good fit for your scouting family. You can check references, consult an applicants form a group, interview them, etc. Whatever you need to do to feel comfortable in bringing this person into your group scouting family. With your scouters and group committee, you will lead decisions on setting group fees, youth capacity, sponsor engagement, and meeting locations. These are key decisions for group health. Your scouters will be submitting event and outing forms and safety plans to you. You have the knowledge of your scouters, so it's within your authority to accept, revise, or decline such plans. If your sections have an activity planned that you don't have expertise in, you always have the option to consult someone with those skills to ensure that your team has a well-considered and planned outing. These points are not all inclusive. They are just a few examples. There will be many other situations in which you will be empowered in either making or mentoring decisions specific to your group. As the GC, safety needs to be at the base of every decision you make regarding the group. The best practice will be to model the culture of safety with all of your volunteers and youth, and to make sure that you have a good line of communication with each section when it comes to how they plan events and adventures. But again, you are not alone. Many new GCs worry that they are going to make the wrong decision and end up in trouble or worse. Your group committee, group support scouter, Council Key 3, and Safe Scouting are all here to support you. Let's talk a little bit about the Canadian Path and your role within it as the GC. The Scouts Canada Canadian Path program is what every scouter needs to deliver without exception. Groups may be at different levels and maturity in their Canadian Path journey, and that's okay, as long as continuous improvement and forward planning is being carried out. As GC, you need to ensure that your scouters have the tools and resources that they need to carry out a quality Canadian Path program. This doesn't mean that you personally need to teach, facilitate, or mentor. It simply means that you have connected your scouter team with mentors, materials, videos, books, or whatever they need for success, and ensure your scouters are completing the Canadian Path Wood Badge 1 and encouraging completion of the Canadian Path Wood Badge 2. Ensure that your scouters understand that the Canadian Path and review the Canadian Path Navigator with your section teams to understand their needs and level of implementation. There are 4 elements of the Canadian Path and 6 program areas. These all need to be a strong part of the program that is delivered to your youth. There are so many resources available, so just reach out to the program support scouter designated to your council for more guidance and information. So let's talk commitment. The biggest factor in your time commitment as a GC is your ability to build strong group committee and enlist your volunteers and parents to help take on the tasks that will make your group successful. To be successful in this role, you need to be able to problem solve, communicate effectively, be comfortable with common technology pieces like email, Zoom, or Teams, and most of all, have the desire to improve the group you're responsible for and create a welcoming, fun environment for the youth. There are some busy times of the year like registration and year end, but when properly managed, the role will leave you time to enjoy interacting with the volunteers, parents, and kids. So far, it all sounds great, right? So you may be asking yourself, what's the catch? There's so much that is awesome about being a GC. Seeing the kids grow and learn and knowing that you had a direct hand in their development, being a part of some incredible adventures and learning a few new skills for yourself. But be prepared. There will be some tougher moments. It just comes with the territory. The most important reminder is that when these tough times come along, as we have mentioned, you're not alone. With the strong relationship that you build with your volunteers and family and the support that you have, there's no doubt you'll be able to resolve any issues that may arise within your group. Let's take a moment now and hear from one of your peers. So, what now? Well, I hope this presentation has answered some of the questions that you may have regarding the GC role, and I hope that it's helped debunk some of the myths or concerns that you thought were true at the start of the presentation. The group commissioner role is definitely a rewarding, challenging role within the group, and we are looking for dedicated, energetic individuals to join us in making the groups and battlefields stronger and more fun for everyone. If you have any questions that haven't been answered today or want to discuss the role and how you might fit into it in more detail, please don't hesitate to reach out to your Council Key 3 or myself directly. Thank you for spending some time with us today to learn more about the role. This slide will provide you some valuable links to information, and we will now address any questions that you may have.